And tomorrow afternoon's film stars Topol as the Jewish milkman with 5 marriageable daughters. Fiddler on the Roof is at 2 o'clock tomorrow here on BBC1.
Entertainment for New Year's Day on BBC1. At 5:25, China takes on the rest of the world in the Circus World Championships from Battersea Park, Big Top. At 6:25, comedy in the Russ Abbott Show.
Name that tune.
At 7 o'clock, Top of the Pops, Gary Davis introduces the first show of 1987 with music from Status Quo, Aha, Alison Boyer and Elkie Brooks. At 7:30, EastEnders.
I don't want to be Piggy in the middle, Pete. I just want me mum and me dad.
At 8 o'clock, David Jason stars in Only Fools and Horses.
It's none of your foreign rubbish, look, it's Japanese.
And at 9:45, Bill Forsyth's highly acclaimed comedy, Local Hero.
Yeah, hi, excuse me. Would you have an adapter? I have to charge my briefcase. What?
And at 11:35, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall star in the movie classic To Have and Have Not.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
Entertainment for New Year's Day on BBC1.
And now on BBC1, here's Harry Gration with the first sports news of the year in Final Score.
Good evening, Happy New Year to you. It looks as if it could be if you're an Arsenal supporter. They're still 4 points clear, and Charlie Nicholas proves that he's one Scot who hasn't got a hangover today, grabbing 2 goals in their victory. Everton stay second, but their Merseyside neighbours Liverpool are held at Forest. In Scotland, Rangers beat Celtic 2-0. We've got reports coming up on all the big games, plus the full classified check in a few moments. But we start with cricket, and England have beaten Australia again, this time in a one-day international played as part of the Perth Challenge series. Once again, some exhilarating cricket from Ian Botham has proved decisive.
There it goes. There's a man down there. It's McRae. He's got one. He won't get this one because it's 6. It's a beauty over long on. This time he goes again. Can he get it? McRae's the man. He's had a rough day. He knocks. He doesn't get it. He kicks it over the fence. 4 more. Both of at his best. Full pitch, there it goes, that's 4 more, 27,000 people and the commentators stand up. What a performance. Great hitting by the great all-rounder. And that's 53, you don't have to run for that, Ian Botham. That is 40 metres back. One of the all-time great knocks in one-day international cricket here at the Wacker. The crowd standing to their feet. What a great effort by the great all-rounder. And here we go again. It's a fall safe. It'll split the gap. That'll go for 6 more. What a hit. What an over for England. Not so for Simon Davis. Irving Rosenwater's red pen's gone berserk. 3 4s and 2 6s for the great all-rounder.
Well, Ian Botham made 68 there off just 39 balls, a tremendous achievement. Chris Broad in the runs as well, 76. Australia 235 all out. Dean Jones making 104. And there are a couple of chances for you to view that particular game on BBC2 tonight at 11:55 and tomorrow on BBC2 at a more respectable time, perhaps at 2 o'clock. Well, let's get back now to football, shall we? And our first report comes from the game between Arsenal and Wimbledon. Another good victory for Arsenal. This report from David Davis.
In the end, it was Charlie Nicholas's afternoon, his goals, his first appearance on the Arsenal score sheet since the first day of the season. But don't be deceived by the scoreline. For some time, Arsenal found this just the sort of rough and tumble of a match that Wimbledon's reputation had promised. This was not the beautiful football. True, a pitch of the Quagmire variety hardly helped. Nicholas's opening goal after 23 minutes, a super header from Williams's free kick, almost the sole quality moment in the first half. Wimbledon indeed in the game with a chance for almost an hour. But then a mightily dubious penalty. Besant and Nicholas colliding gave Hayes the chance to make it 2-0. Nicholas added the third before Lukic and Anderson collided in true pantomime style to give Wimbledon at least some consolation.
Well, Arsenal may be on form at the moment, but what about Everton? They're playing some superb football, and they did so again this afternoon against Aston Villa. Gerald Sinstead reports.
Well, sometimes you have to be clever, sometimes brave, and sometimes you have to be lucky. Today, Everton had a bit of grit in the works, and with Villa short of ideas, we had a dismal first half. But just after the interval, Alan Harper had a shot from 20 yards that somehow squirmed past Spink. It would be charitable to assume that the goalkeeper was unsighted. Anyway, that stroke of fortune did the trick. Trevor Stevens scored his 10th goal of the season soon afterwards. Sheedy volleyed his 14th at the end of a magnificent move. Heath, Stephen, Aspinall and fullback Poynton all came close to adding more. By the end of a very pretty second half, Everton had taken their tally in their last 4 games to 15-1. And that, plus a dash of luck, could be a championship recipe.
But don't rule out the prospects for Nottingham Forest and Liverpool, 3rd and 4th before the game started today. Ralph Della has this one.
Well, maybe it was the greasy surface and the driving rain, but the first half of this match, so mouth-watering in prospect, failed totally to live up to its promise. Liverpool exercised control rather than dominance, Forest lacked penetration, and to be honest, it was all just a little tedious. But then 7 minutes into the second half, a grey afternoon in every sense was lit up. Franz Carr went into one of those long, mazy dribbles of his down the Forest right. He cut inside, the ball came to young Starbuck, and he drove it home with the calmness of a veteran. Suddenly, we had a real contest to enjoy. It looked as if it was going to be Forest Day, but with 2 minutes to go, who else but Ian Rush darted in to give Liverpool the equaliser.
Well, let's have the full classified check now, starting with today, Division 1.